Hey everyone, it's your boy KP here, on the beat in terms of COVID-19 and, just tracking and looking at certain stories that's coming across the wire. Some things you're gonna catch, some things are, you won't. It's moving, it's coming at us so fast and it's moving quite quickly. Friend of mine posted this on Facebook. Shout out to you, Manny. What's up? He posted from the National Post, but the National Post is picking this up from another news outlet called The Logic. It says here, the city of Toronto gathering cell phone location data from telecoms in bid to slow spread of COVID-19. That's from Mayor Tory, right? So it says here, the article says here, the city of Toronto is obtaining cell phone data from wireless carriers to help it identify where people have assembled in groups. Part of its attempts to slow the spread of COVID-19, Mayor John Tory said on Monday. But city staff said Tuesday morning the city doesn't plan to collect such data. We had the cell phone companies give us all the data on the pinging off their network on the weekend so we could see where people were still congregating, Tory said during an online video conferencing event Monday evening hosted by TechTO, a local meetup organization. Because the biggest enemy of fighting this thing is people congregating close together. So there you go. I don't know what is the fascination with governments in collecting, people's private information, man. I really don't know. Yes, they're using this thing under, COVID-19 to do things like this. But, companies do this, and then they sell our stuff off and we have to read the fine print to see it. Governments, it's very difficult for me to praise them. I praise them when they do some good things, man, but they're always coming back to prove to prove us right, that they're just there to oppress, rich people behind some rich folks behind these things, and they just think it's okay, just take people's information. It's a crisis, and after COVID-19, I mean, what's gonna happen next, right? They're saying here, the city is not in possession of such data, nor will it acquire such data. But the article already says you did it, said Brad Ross, Chief Communications Officer for the city, right? It's just Tory's asking companies potentially to breach their contracts and break the law, said Michael Bryant, Executive Director of the Canadian Centre of Civil Liberties. That's not what's supposed to happen ever, and actually, especially during an emergency, unless there is explicit legal authority to do this. Skirting the law to take people's information. Bryant said if collection happened over the weekend, as Tory described it during the TechTO event, it's not legal, it's not authorized. The initiative hasn't passed the necessary tests, and obviously it's completely disproportionate, he said, noting that under provincial privacy laws, the city is required to identify an information gap, create a plan to get necessary data, obtain legal authority to do so, and then gather it in a proportionate way, which minimizes the violation of privacy as much as possible while notifying those involved. You see what I'm saying, folks? Whether it's local, provincial, or federal, right? They're always fascinated with getting our information. Anyways, I'll put this in the comment box so that you can read it for yourself. It's from The Logic. It's your boy KP here. Remember, stay woke, right? And stay red. 9/11 happened and a lot of civil liberties were thrown out the window. All right. But just making you aware. It's your boy KP here.